We're in Laodikeia, one of the largest ancient cities in Anatolia and an important center of ancient culture and Christianity. We mentioned that the modern-day symbol for Denizli, the rooster, was also discovered at the archaeological site. Clearly, this bird has been important in the region for centuries. So what better dish to cook here in Laodikeia than chicken? This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk to any cultural properties. The dish I'll be cooking today is called Parthinian chicken. It's a Roman recipe inspired by the Parthinians, who lived somewhere around modern-day Iran. So the first thing I'll do is pound our spices. Laodikeia was located on a lot of trade routes on the Silk Road, or spice route as it's also known. So spices were used extensively in the city. The Parthinians also served as a sort of middleman on the Silk Road between China and Rome. So the first thing I'm adding is caraway seeds. This spice is actually native to Europe, so it wouldn't have come from the Parthinians. But it was quite popular in Rome. And some black pepper, of course. This recipe also calls for the herb lovage, which is pretty interesting. It's got a nice fresh celery flavor, and I'm using dried lovage here. So I'll just pound all of these spices up. And pounding really helps to release all of the aromas in the spices and bring out their flavor. So we've got our nice ground spices ready. Let me wipe off my table. Now we can finish the sauce. So I'll add my ground spices. There's one more interesting spice in this recipe called asafoetida. This was actually grown in southern Iran or modern-day Afghanistan, so it would have come directly from the Parthinians. It has sort of a oniony, garlicky flavor, and it's still used extensively in modern Indian cooking. The Romans used asafoetida as a substitute for a plant known as silphium, which was actually grown in North Africa, but soon went extinct because the Romans used it so extensively. So to our spices, I'm going to add garum, which is also known as liquamen in Latin. And this is the popular Roman fermented fish paste, or fish sauce. And my last ingredient is carumenum. Our sauce is ready and it's time to add it to our nice fresh chicken. I'll get my baking tray. As I mentioned before, both modern-day Denizli and ancient Laodikeia considered chicken or roosters to be especially important. And I just love when ancient archaeology blends with the modern day and we can make connections between the two. So all that's left to do is add my sauce to the chicken and bake. Scoop out all the spices and nice aromatic spices. And this chicken is ready for the oven. So the chicken will cook for about an hour. In the meantime, I can clean up my table and get ready to serve. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk to any cultural properties. It's been about an hour, so I think our chicken is ready. Wow. Doesn't that look incredible? Apicus calls for one finishing touch to this chicken. a little bit of fresh black pepper. We're ready to serve. It's one leg, one chicken breast, and that final sprinkling of black pepper. And there you have it, our beautifully spiced, roasted Parthinian chicken. I'm so excited to taste it. So aromatic and flavorful, and it just cooked perfectly in our stone oven. I highly recommend that you try this simple and delicious dish. You should have most of the ingredients in your pantry already, with a few additional flavorings that are pretty easy to find. Thank you for joining Turkish Museums as we continue to cook our way through Turkey's ancient cities.